What's up, guys, and welcome to another edition of Market Marauders, beating the market one trade at a time. If you're new to Market Marauders investment channel, helps you to find the best deals in the market. All right, so the stock market's been up and down as usual. A lot of trades were made, a lot of trades were executed. Hopefully, everyone was able to lock in profits this week. I know I was, and make sure you check out the community tab for the option plays for the week. But this video is going to be the option plays for next week. A lot of good earnings came out last week. So check the playlist for that and my review of all the earning plays from last week. I'll try to do a video about the earning plays for this week coming up as well. Without further ado, let's jump into the plays for the option picks for this week. Alright, so today's video is going to be from the perspective of Webull. So if you'd like to sign up for Webull and get 2 free shares, I have a link down below in the description. If you'd like to sign up for Robinhood, I have a link down below in the description for that as well. So let's jump into the first one. We got ticker sign BBY for Best Buy. The moving average 10 on them is $113.46. Moving average 50 is $112.21. And the moving average 100 is $110.35. So it looks like they ended the week at $114 even, but then after hours went up 15 more cents to be at $114.15. So pretty big movement as far as that's concerned. They are what I would consider bullish, denoted by the moving average 50 line being above the moving average 10 line being above the moving average 50 line and the moving average 100 line. It looks like they tested the moving average 50 line, but, continued to rally back up and got support for that. So, pretty good metric as far as that's concerned, and showing good growth for the stock in general. So going into some background information on them, just going into this top financial news report, it says Best Buy provides updates on evolution of employee pay and salary. So increase starting hourly wage to $15 on August 2nd. Quarter to date sales up approximately 2.5% compared to last year's sales at approximately 15%. So, pretty good metric as far as that's concerned. They're upping the amount of money that you'll make, so the hourly wage is going up. Also, it says that they're announcing the regular quarterly cash dividend to be 55 cents per share. So if you want to learn about dividends and learn all about how to start a dividend portfolio, I have a playlist on my channel which you can watch at. It is a small mini course. It is free. You can learn all about dividends and how to grow a dividend portfolio, where I will go more in depth on what dividends are. So the main reason that they're on here is that they have earnings. Their earnings is going to be Tuesday, the 25th. So if you're not familiar with earnings, you can Google investor relations and listen to the earnings. It's free for everybody, for the public, investors, and it gives you good insight on how the company will be moving forward. A lot of upper management people and executives will be on the call, and sometimes they allow you to answer questions as an investor, so that's pretty good. The answers to the questions and the questions themselves usually do not get published on the press releases, just the financial reports. So you get a little more insight by listening to it over the phone or through a webcast than just reading the press release. So I would advise everybody to go and listen to those, and then get good insight and help you make a more informed decision. So your due diligence shouldn't stop with this video. It should continue, with listening to the earnings on yourself, and then, trying to see if this stock is a good one for you to add to your portfolio. With all that being said, I think a call will be the best option. Now, this is the options section to Webull. If you are doing options from Robinhood or from Webull, just bear in mind you have to sign up for options, so it's not automatically put on your portfolio. The options section, you actually do have to fill out a form to get accessibility to options. So you may be looking at your portfolio, like, how does he get options? How do you access them? I can't find the tab. You actually do have to sign up for options. So just bear that in mind before you can go sign up for the options and then come back to this video and the information will still be relevant. So I think a call with expiration of October 16th with a strike price between $120 to $140 is a good option. So just bear in mind if you're switching from Robinhood to Webull, on the left-hand side, we have all the calls. On the right-hand side, we have all the puts. And this is the sell a call, which is the ask column. And then to buy a call is the bid column. So just bear that in mind when you're looking at it. If you hover over some of them, they usually tell you if it's a buy or sell. So yeah, it'll say buy. And then if you hover over the other one, it'll say sell. So that kind of help you as well. And then one of these will highlight whenever you click on that. Bear in mind that these is based off the prices of the market when it is closed. Also bear in mind I'm a retail trader, so this is not financial information. If you like to get financial information, make sure you contact a certified licensed CPA or a financial advisor to get more information. So this is all for educational purposes. So just bear that in mind in this video. So for Best Buy, between 120 to 140, I think is the best option. So if we look on here, we can see at 120 strike price, you will be paying between $410 per contract to, at the 140 strike price, $90 per contract. So not too expensive as far as that's concerned. There seems to be a lot more of the 410 contracts going out than the $90 contracts, but I think either place in this range, you'll be pretty good. Definitely considering, how much positive momentum is behind this company. So going to the next one that's on the watch list, I have Intuit. So ticker sign INTU. They're on a crazy bullish uptrend, denoted by this chart. And if we look at them, their moving average 10 is $321.02. Moving average 50 is $314.81. The moving average 100 is $310.93. So they ended the week at $322.23. After hours, they went up 77 more cents to end it at $323 even. So pretty good metrics as far as that's concerned, and still very bullish. So going into some background information on them, they actually have an earnings coming up as well. So their earnings is going to be the same day as Best Buy's earnings, which is on the 25th. If you want to listen to the earnings, make sure you Google investor relations for Intuit, and you will come up with this page right here. And then you can click on this link and it'll take you to a portal. Sometimes they ask you questions like, who do you work for? What's your name, email address? But, don't be alarmed if they ask you those questions. If you're comfortable with answering those, then it'll send you to the portal, and then you can go and listen to the earnings call. Now, they tell you the time on here, so the earnings call is going to be 1:30 Pacific time, so you can schedule around that. But a lot of good, useful information coming from the company themselves. And if you're not familiar with what they do, they are QuickBooks, TurboTax, Mint, and ProConnect. Mint and ProConnect I've heard of, but I'm not familiar with. But QuickBooks, I know a lot of people use for business to track their expenses. And TurboTax, if you've ever filled out your taxes before yourself, then TurboTax is one of the largest platforms that people use for doing taxes online. So instead of going to H&R Block, people would use TurboTax. I have not personally used TurboTax, but I've heard that it is a very good system to use, and I will probably be considering it for my taxes this year. So with that being said, going into the options side, I think a call is the best option in my personal opinion, just denoted by how bullish the stock is overall. And with their earnings coming up as well, I think it will continue to rally up to earnings. I think their earnings will be good as well. So I think a strike price between $330 to $350 is a realistic range in my personal opinion. And if you look on the left-hand side, you'd be looking to pay between $500 per contract. And then if you go to $350, it will be $10 per contract. So, not that big a barrier. Well, hold on. Let's change the date. So it'll not be that price. So going to the October 16th date, because I want to be consistent with that. For a contract between 330, it looks to be around $1,100 per contract to 350 looks to be about $400 per contract. So a little more expensive than the ones that I was talking about before, and that's just because the expiration date is a lot further out. Now, I think these are pretty realistic values, and for coming up with my expiration dates, I try to have it at least a month out, if not more, because I think that's enough time for it to execute, and rally for its earnings. So usually stocks don't rally immediately after earnings, in my personal opinion, at least not like for the long term plays. So they may rally a little bit going after earnings, or in some situations they may go down after earnings and then have a continuation afterwards in the following weeks. So one I would say did that exact thing would be Alibaba. So Alibaba had its earnings last week, and after its earnings, it actually went down. But then, coming towards Friday, the day after its earnings, it actually went up. It started to go up even more and rally up after its earnings. So if you were to have the strike price the week after its earnings, you would have been able to capitalize more than if you would have had it on the strike price ending that Friday, the 22nd, after its earnings. So just bear that in mind. You want to give yourself some time when doing your strike prices and not try to have them immediately after earnings, because the market does not always react the way that you think. So going to the next one on here, we got ticker sign DG for Dollar General. Moving average 10 on them is $199.32. Moving average 50 on them is $199.17. Moving average 100 on them is $198.58. They ended the week at $198.93. And then it looks like after hours they went up 18 more cents to be at $199.11. So pretty good metrics on them as far as that's concerned. Looks to be a lot of large orders came in towards the end of the day. So I'm expecting them to start off the day green and start breaking out towards the beginning of the morning. So look at some background information on them. They are based in my hometown of Tennessee, home state, I would say. So I'm from Tennessee, yes. So I definitely try to support companies that are based in Tennessee. And Dollar General is basically everywhere in Tennessee. If you've been in Tennessee, every piece of land has a Dollar General, even in places where you're like, okay, there's no grocery store here. There will be a Dollar General there. So it's just a fact about Tennessee that these stores are everywhere. So their growth, I definitely stand by. But going into the press release, they have an earnings coming up on the 27th. So next Thursday, they will have their earnings. It'll be the same situation as the other companies. You can click on here and listen to their earnings. A lot of good information coming from that. On another one of their press releases, this came out the 5th of August. It says Dollar General announces new traditional distribution center and DG Fresh cold storage facilities. So it says expanded distribution footprint represents a local investment and creation of approximately 600 new jobs in Gainesville, Tennessee. Dollar General DG today announced plans to expand its distribution center presence through the anticipated addition of one traditional distribution center in Walton, Kentucky, and 3 DG Fresh cold storage facilities in Bowling Green, Kentucky. So, they have a lot of things going on. They're expanding all the time. Everywhere I see, there's always a new one popping up somewhere. But let's jump into the option side and let's see what I think on that. So with all that positive news coming from them, especially their earnings coming up, which I think the stock will rally even more based off that, I think a call is the best option. with a strike price between $210 to $240. So if you look at the left-hand side, this is the call side, and buying a call between $210 to $240, you're looking to pay between 100 and, well, let's change. Let's go to October 16th. Let's stay consistent with that date. So between 210, you're looking to pay between $440 per contract, and then $240, looking to pay about $35 per contract. So contracts for this seem to be pretty cheap, especially around the $240, and also considering the fact that this stock is pretty bullish, in my personal opinion. So, you could probably get a pretty good entry on here in $35 per contract. Bear in mind, a contract is representative of 100 shares of the company. 100 shares of the stock. So just bear in mind that when buying contracts. But $35 per contract to me is pretty cheap, and just shows that there's still deals out there to be made, because $35, let's be realistic, it's not that much money, especially when trading stocks. I know a lot of people out there say, hey, sign up for my course and I'll give you the best picks for the week. It's only it'd be like $59.99 a month, and I'll help you find the best picks and grow your account. Well, those are not always guaranteed, and it's just basically their picks. So, paying $35 to get free advice, it's not that much money in my personal opinion. Going into the last one, we got ticker sign BIG. For big lots, their moving average 10 is $50.75. Moving average 50 is $49.22, and moving average 100 is $49.72. They ended the day at $51.48. And after hours, they went up 29 more cents to end at $51.77. So some pretty large orders came in after hours, especially this one, 10K. So they're on a pretty bullish uptrend that it looks like it just began. So I would say look forward to that next week, to see how that actually performs and how high up they go. Now, based off the information, just living where I live, the big lots that is in my current town did not see any days of closure during the pandemic. So a lot of other stores closed, but the big lots in my town did not close. They were always open, and had consistent hours. But that may be different for some other ones. But going based off that information, I think if most big lots took that approach, then their profits definitely will be pretty good. So going to investor relations, they have a earnings coming up, which will be next Friday. So the same deal with that. You can click on that and listen to that. And click on this link and listen to that. But I think, they have a lot of things going for them in the positive direction. If we look on here, it says that they announced nationwide same-day delivery through biglots.com, which I think is fantastic, and a lot of good business moves, in my opinion, being made by the company. So if we go into the options tab, we're going to look at BIG. And we're going to keep consistent with the October 16th date. So I think a call would be the best option for big lots, considering the fact that they did not close their stores at all. They were able to get all of the business from the pandemic situation. So I think a call with a strike price between $55 to $65 would be the best option. If we look on here at the current price of where the market is, bear in mind this is based off the stock market being closed. So on Monday, these prices will change, but the strike price is the one that you want to keep in mind when considering buying this. So these prices will fluctuate, but the strike price will not. So I think a strike price between 55 to 65 is a good option, and you're looking to pay between $350 per contract to $110 per contract. So a little bit more expensive than the Dollar General ones, but in my personal opinion, I think it will be worth it, especially considering that the stock is rallying at the current moment and its earnings isn't until Friday. So definitely keep your eyes out on that one. Drop a comment down below. Tell me what you guys think. Tell me which stocks you guys are looking at for the week. And make sure you check out the community tab for more plays for the week. And also, if you want to learn about dividends, make sure you check out the playlist where you can learn how to build a dividend portfolio and get passive income for yourself and your family. So good luck to you all trading out there next week. Make sure to hit that thumbs up, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.
Thank you.